I can get into the way that I train now. I can get into the way that I trained in the past. And this is about my bias. The way I train now might not be for you right now, okay? I can tell you that my entire career, I've done rising, cupping, rolling, supination, and grip. Okay, at the beginning, when I first started arm wrestling, and I first learned about arm wrestling, my coach showed me basic lifts. I got crazy about arm wrestling. I got hooked on arm wrestling. My exercises got more and more and more and more and more. I was doing hundreds of exercises for arm wrestling. And then what happened is I quit. Well, I didn't quit. I took a year off work. I took a year off my job, and winning became very important for my family. I did not have an income. It was very irresponsible of me, okay? I have a family, I have kids, and here I am trying to be a professional arm wrestler at like 30-something or 40 years old. And so it became very important. And what I did at that time is these hundreds of exercises, I cut. I cut all the way down till I was left with one. And at that time, this was 2014, it was cup only. I cupped every day. I cupped every workout. 3 or 4 times a day, I was in my basement cupping this way, cupping that way, high cup, low cup on the fingers, cup. Okay? And a lot of me was worried. I'm like, I can't do this degree of specialization and not run into problems. Well, it's not true. It was great, okay? It worked fine. I ended up, that set me up to continue to do well, continue to win, to continue to take steps forward. But I did start to realize it wasn't just the cup. I tried to refine it to a point where I'm like, maybe it's not 4, maybe it's 1. I tried to refine it to a point where I'm like, maybe it's not 4, maybe it's 1. Okay, so I opened it back up. And I went to 4. 4 is kind of the base, but really heavy 3. Rise, cup, roll, RCR, rise, cup, roll, rise, cup, roll. For me, I let my supination game kind of lag a little bit because I realized the importance of the hand. The hand is very, very powerful. And even if you don't have your arm and you're outside your body, this can be a very powerful position. And I think that arm wrestling is so much about the blade. You know, it's about breaking the ice to get your first crack in, and then from there you can pull a person apart. And the point of contact is the hand. It is very hard to convince me that the hand is not the most powerful thing that we have against your opponent, okay? So I went rise, cup, roll. I've had many events where after every event, I wipe everything away and I start from the beginning and I reassess. Am I on the right path? Am I on the right path? Normally the answer is yes. It's only been lately that I've started to question it much deeper. And I am stuck right now. And perhaps I'm wrong, but this is where I am in my experiment towards greatness in arm wrestling, where I very much believe that the icebreaker into the sport, into success, into victory of the opening of the arm wrestling game is who's holding on to who, and it's height. And height leads to pronation. The way I currently train is I do singles. This is how I train. I have my weights in my house. And listen, I've done a lot of different systems and we can talk about all of them. But right now, my system is I table time. I practice every opportunity I can because it's fun. It's what I love to do. And I do think that nothing gets you better than arm wrestling. However, it's not as structured. If you need to get very precise in your strength, I don't think that there's anything more valuable than to be able to keep your knuckles up, okay? This strength, this knuckles up single lift is what to me is most important. And the thing that I like is that it fits into my life so easily. A lot of things that I want to have everybody understand is everybody has a busy life, okay? I have a very simple life, okay? My life, I just have to arm wrestle and it's easy, okay? But I wasn't always like this. I know that there's work. I mean, everybody has responsibility. You have kids, you have to drive, and whatever it is you do, you're busy. So when you conduct your exercises, when you conduct your, how are you gonna move forward in the sport? You have to think about administration. How am I actually gonna fit this into my life so I can take steps forward? When I'm on the road, like right now I'm on the road a lot. I'm lucky, I'm happy that I get to do this. I don't obviously carry my weights around with me. This would be crazy, right? Like, I'd get tired anyways, but, so I just always, I always have bands with me, right? No matter where I go, if I have time, I just hook them up and I just do my stuff. And that way I know that I'm gonna get the work done. I'm gonna stay conditioned. At home, or if you have an office or whatever, find a way so that you can fit it into your day. I have weights, I have 2 piles of weights in my house right now. I have a weight stack for rising, I have a weight stack for rolling. I wake up in the morning, I go downstairs, and bang, and I carry on with my day. And then maybe 15, 20 minutes later, after, I don't know, I've sat down on the couch for a bit, I go back over, and maybe I lift a little bit more, bang, bang. And this carries on from morning until night. However I can fit it into my day. Because I do believe very much that it is not about what you do in one set or what you do in one day. It's what you do over the course of months and years and decades that will get you to be at the highest of levels.